We're going to change an automotive tire today. This is a wheel off a BMW. It's a 195/65 R14 standard automotive tire. After breaking the bead and letting the air out, we lock the wheel in just like we show in our other videos. I'm going to spray tire lube into the drop center. That's going to lubricate the tire friction between the rim and the tire. I use the single end of the mount demount bar, insert it, I turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to continue to relieve this side of the tire while I draw the bar up. If I pry on the bar right now, I would probably wear the tip of the bar out early, and on some wheels you can stress the rim out, but that's how it's done. I just lifted the tire. This is an open hub wheel. Center post drops through the wheel into a cup at the intersection of the frame arm. I hold the tire with my left hand, I lift the bar up, pivot it, take the first half off. Now I'm going to raise the arm, remove the post, and do the second half. I always keep the non-marring tip on the top edge of the rim. You lift the tire up, and it's key on this to keep the back of the tire in the drop center of the rim for clearance. If it droops down on you, you might struggle with it. But most automotive tires are a little easier than motorcycles. Hold the tire again, pull the second half off. Now, I'm going to prepare the wheel and the tire with tire lube to install the new tire. Now note that there's a drop center on these rims. The drop center needs to be at the top. If the shallow drop center is down here, you may not get the clearance to take your tire off and on. Some wheels need to be mounted with the backside down, some are mounted upside down, face down. You'll need to look at the inside of the rim and determine for yourself where that drop center is. It's also helpful to, when you're breaking the bead, break the bead on the non-drop center side of the rim first, because it has a flat area that you're going to have to shear it off of. ATV tires are the same. There's actually some motorcycle wheels like Ducati S4S Monster also has an offset drop center. Very difficult to change that tire when you're starting off with the wheel turned the wrong way. So I'll take the tire lube paste, I'll wipe it in the drop center. I'll also wipe it right around here. That'll help that bead seat and seal. A lot of automotive tires with this paste, they recommend actually lubricating the bead seat area, where it's opposite on motorcycles. Some tires have a tough time seating. It's going to assist in that. And usually you're not going to have that much torque coming off your car to spin your tire to lose your balance. Now I'll prepare the tire just like I would a motorcycle. I take the paste tire lube, I wipe it on the inside edge, I wipe it on the back side. You may have to be fairly generous with this on the back side, especially if there's Kevlar windings like this tire. I'll put some of that paste on the outside of the tire to help lubricate it to push the first half on. Now you need to get the bottom edge of this tire in the drop center for clearance. If you don't, you'll fight with it. You can twist it, pop it on. Use the two-prong end of the bar. I like kicking the tires up with my leg to gain a little bit of clearance. That works with almost all of them. The yellow thing tool is very helpful, especially on this tire. We're going to want to keep that tire back. The yellow thing will keep the bead from creeping behind the head of the bar. The most important thing is to get this tire bead started in the drop center. If it's up high, you're going to fight with it. You probably won't get the tire on. So collapse that down into the drop center while you push the bar with your hip. You can see the tire just slid into the drop center. You can see the tire pulling over the face of the rim. That's why we lube the back side of the tire. I pull the handle with my right arm, drive the bar with my left hip. and the tire goes on very easy. Now our wheel balancer, we have a large cone adapter that I can actually balance this BMW wheel on our standard balancer. Our standard balancer will fit up to a 250 tire. These cones can be used point to point, or they can be used point to cup in certain other situations. We also have a monster balancer that handles up to a 360 tire. It's got a heavier rod and larger cones for automotive and truck wheels. That would be a good tool to use to balance this wheel.